Hi guys, Steve here, and as to those who are curious as to why I decided to go for a Switch just a few days before the console drops locally here in the Philippines, well, in all honesty, back then when the Switch was announced, I was a skeptic. I mean, I saw those Joy-Cons and then I thought, oh man, those kids are just gonna throw those things away and lose them. And then what else? I was really frustrated because in my mind I was like, this is what the Wii U should have been, man. Like, I felt like we got ripped off by this. So this is the Wii U gamepad, right? And then that Switch tablet with the Joy Cons looks so much better. So initially it was a feeling of like frustration, like this should have been what the Wii U was. So the Wii U was a better thing. What else? So initially I was not really sold on the Switch. So what sold me on the Switch? What sold me on the Switch the past few days was one, Zelda leak, Breath of the Wild leaks abound, and then secondly was once I got to know more about the hardware and then actually checking some of the games. Yeah, I was somehow convinced already. So one, Zelda Breath of the Wild. So yeah, it's also on the Wii U. I actually got the Wii U before just to play Breath of the Wild, but then so much has been happening these past few days. Like there was that initially they had that leak of the assets from the Nintendo server, and then suddenly they got a pirate version running on the Wii U already, and then some friends even got their hands on it and they were already dropping bombs on me like, yo dude, this is what's gonna happen, yo, do you know this, like that. And then I saw a lot of screenshots already. I saw some videos, and then it's like, no, I'm just spoiling the game, I don't want to look at this anymore. So aside from that, when I read in a forum that the pirate copy was actually had its own share of issues, like it would take forever load, like 20-40 minutes at times. So like, okay, yeah, this will not be the optimal or the best experience for me for playing Breath of the Wild. Truth be told, I was actually tempted to dip into the dip into that leak. However, however, when I was driving, and then that was just going on in my head, it felt like Link was just shooting arrows straight through my chest because my feels for Zelda go so much further than Pokemon. So I really hold Zelda deep here in my heart, in my kokoro. So yeah, I wanted the best experience for Breath of the Wild, and then after reading that, I was like, yeah, okay, I really need a Switch now. What else? The console being Nintendo, Nintendo being Nintendo. In this sense, it's for me it's a throwback to those olden days, like back in the 16-bit, 32-bit era. Like we didn't really have those overly long arching storylines, production values that rival movies, voice talent, super duper realistic graphics, things like that. They didn't matter back then. So this being Nintendo, I mean Nintendo being Nintendo in the sense like it's bringing back couch gaming for me. I mean, you got Super Bomberman R, you've got, although you have Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon on the Wii U, but you now have the convenience of bringing it to your friend's place, and then that was something I used to do a lot back then. So if this allows me to share the same love of gaming, the same experience, if I can share it much easier with other people, then that's a definite plus for me. So yeah, as I said, well, you could also play those indies on PC, but they're also going to be on the Switch. So, but again, I prefer those Nintendo, those Nintendo games. And Bomberman. Yeah, I totally loved Bomberman back as a kid. Even Mario Kart 64. I played a lot of those games with my mom. Miss you, mom. Yeah, so that's one of the things that sold me. Just the idea of playing those games with my wife, with my friends. It's a plus for me. So yeah, what else? The AAA dilemma. So a lot of people complain that the Switch is underpowered, the games don't look as great as, let's say, the Xbox One or the PS4 or the PC Master Race. Yeah. So okay, you can argue like, okay, for instance, that was the new Dragon Quest game. They showed screenshots for the PS4 and the Switch version. So my initial reaction was like, oh my goodness, the Switch version looks so inferior. But then looking back at it now with this with my new change of heart towards the Switch is like, oh yeah, but then again, I can take it with me on the go. So like, for instance, if you had Assassin's Creed, Batman Arkham, or I don't know, like if a new Tomb Raider game comes out, if magically they are able to also port that to the Switch, yeah, I mean, you could argue like, okay, I don't have the same graphical fidelity as opposed to the say on PC, PS4, Xbox One, but I have it on the go. I have a complete console gaming experience in my hands. So that seems to be a plus for me right now. So yeah, most of the gaming experiences I've had on my past consoles since the PS3, PS3, PS4 are primarily single player experiences, save for fighting games which I play with the community and a lot of other people. So yeah, there isn't really any multiplayer game that I usually play that I could just start up and play with my wife, but the Switch kind of has that for me. Well, actually, I got the Wii U for that, so I could play Smash Brothers with her and Mario Kart, but then that's going to be on the new console right now. I'm really sad that the Wii U's actually dead because there are still a few games that I haven't played there. Anyway, back to the topic of the Switch. So, yeah, so those are the pros for me, like just sharing and having other people try it. That's one of the things I like about it. Uh, what else did I miss? Oh yeah, I just have to say like my genuine concern for the Switch is later in its lifespan. Of course, battery life isn't going to be the same for for our devices. Like come 3, 4, 5 years, I doubt that the battery is going to last long enough. I mean, right now the battery is going to give you 3 hours of playing a flagship title like Breath of the Wild, but maybe 3 hours or 3 hours. I mean, 3 years or 5 years down the line, we won't be able to do that anymore unless we get replacement battery packs that are good, not those cheap knockoff things you can buy from some random online store and they cost like a few bucks only. No, I mean, I do hope they allow us to still hold on to Switch hardware for at least a decade, but highly unlikely. I guess they'll release a new Switch version within the next 5 years. Well, anyway, so those are my thoughts on the Switch. I just shared as to why the Switch has sold me and what I'm looking forward to the Switch. So, oh yeah, games that I'm looking forward to playing with other people right now. So yeah, 1-2 Switch. Initially, I thought it was a gimmick, but I guess it's fine to like try it in a party setting with my friends as well. Snipper Clips, kind of interested about that. I don't. It's an indie game. I don't know if it's going to be. Is it an indie game? I'm not really that sure, but seems interesting. Well, Fast RMX. I didn't get to play Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U. I miss F Zero. I mean, I love the F Zero X Mute City forever. One of the best gaming soundtracks ever. Uh, so yeah, Super Bomberman R. I might be getting that on day one. So yes, wifey, it's an excuse. I want to. We're gonna play that game. Yeah, so it's an excuse. It's an excuse to get the game because I'm gonna play it with a lot of people. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. What else down the line? Of course. Oh yes, No More Heroes. Man, I love No More Heroes. The first time I finished No More Heroes, I actually played No More Heroes Paradise on PS3 because that was in HD. Actually, when I finished No More Heroes, man, I stood up and clapped like a movie. I love that game. So mad props to Suda. I'm really looking forward to the next No More Heroes game. I haven't played No More Heroes 2, by the way. So yeah, before when No More Heroes 3 is like properly announced, I'm gonna do a playthrough of No More Heroes 1 and 2. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So you got Splatoon, you got Mario Kart, No More Heroes, Fire Emblem Heroes. I'm not really sure. I do like Fire Emblem, but I'm not a fan of the. I'm not a fan of the hero of the Warriors franchise. What else? Hopefully, we get more Zelda, of course. Hopefully, we get Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Snap HD. Even that would be enough. I mean, gyroscope thing like that. Yeah. So Anyway, those are the games I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to playing Breath of the Wild as soon as I get my hands on the Switch, but most likely that's going to be saved for Saturday, the whole of Saturday or whole Saturday morning. So that's going to be saved for Saturday. I'm not gonna mention what I'm gonna do Friday night with the Switch, but you guys might have an idea. So anyway, this is Steve, and I just shared my thoughts. So hit like or subscribe, and share your ideas in the comments as well. So hope to see you guys again next time. And this is Steve now signing off.